There's a lot of substance to the presidential debates. Studies have been done that have shown that a lot of the content involves a great deal of clash between the candidates, and so they are offering up opposing positions, they're offering up opposing evidence in support of their positions, and so the presidential debates offer us an opportunity to see unfiltered the opinions of the candidates, their challenges to one another, and some of the support that they offer in support of those positions. The debates are often accused of being a situation where the candidates stand up and give different speeches at in different times. They do look at and consider one another's thoughts and offer different and opposing positions. And over time, the presidential debates have included or have been allowed to include more interaction between the candidates. And hopefully the commission will allow for more of that this time, and the candidates will be game for more of that this time around. I think the role that presidential debates play in affecting a candidate's image has more to do with the negative effect than perhaps the positive effect. And by that I mean the candidates go in hoping that they don't produce a gaffe or some sort of mistaken statement of fact, or sighing, as was the case with Al Gore years ago, that would cause people at home to think more negatively of them. So I think to the extent that they manage impression, they're trying not to look bad, and they're also trying to appear presidential, and also like somebody who is an appealing human being. But there's only so much I think you can accomplish in a presidential debate. Presidential debates offer opportunities, given the historical context they're set in, for candidates to deliver knowable or memorable lines. We saw that with Lloyd Bentsen. We saw that with Ronald Reagan. We saw that maybe with McCain. We'll know years later if McCain's mention of Joe the Plumber will be that memorable. In the instance of Lloyd Bentsen, if you know that the candidate you're opposing is going to liken himself to a known, loved historical figure, you can prepare for that. Ronald Reagan could prepare for a talk about age. So as we get closer to the presidential debates, we may see that there are certain questions in mind that people are going to have. They might want to know about Romney's consistency. Who knows, they may be thinking about Obama and his consistency with respect to his positions on the war or Guantanamo Bay. And if I was opposing one of those people, I would think of clever ways, perhaps, sound bites that could be used that could make my own position in opposition to you memorable, pithy, and interesting, maybe fun. We know from the study of rhetoric that when leaders speak in front of people, that there are certain qualities that these people possess that make people perceive them as more credible, as important as having gravitas. Well, a lot of the exposure people had to presidential candidates 100 years ago was through newspapers. For a long period of time, it was radio and then television. And we're right in this moment where the internet and other forms of social media have become very important ways of getting this information. And there's a lot of argument in my discipline, in speech communication and communication studies, about the effects that the primary medium through which we get information affects how we evaluate our candidates. And I don't know yet that we know what effect social media or the internet is having on that. How much interaction you get in a town hall debate, town hall style presidential debate, is going to be determined by the terms that are laid out by the Presidential Debate Commission and agreed to by the candidates and their campaigns. So I don't know that there is one standard for how one might talk in the town hall style presidential debate, because it's going to change. And if there is more opportunity for interaction, there may be more revelation of warmth, of an ability to talk one-on-one and have some interpersonal appeal. That also sets up an awkward situation for the other candidate if he or she doesn't have that kind of appeal and could strike a stark contrast.